Hey guys, my name is Zediac and welcome back to another episode of FarmTown here in City Skylines, where we're now witnessing our brand new passenger train that we implemented in the previous episode. And just in front of me right now is also the cargo train scadooning out of it. It looks like it's actually... Is it? Hold on. No, I thought for a second there it was taking some cargo exports out, but no, I was wrong. We are not fully exporting to the maximum just yet, but FarmTown has started to grow quite rapidly. Now, since last episode, we now have more stuff going on. We did have quite a large kind of a surplus of farming products, but since we've grown the city, it started to suck all of those resources and all those products that we are creating into the consumables of which the city is requiring. It's kind of crazy. I ain't gonna lie, it's kind of crazy right now. So as the city grows, the farming industry also needs to grow as well. Now, there's one thing I want to talk about, and that is last episode we implemented this gas power plant. Now, a lot of you guys were saying it doesn't really feel like it fits the theme, or it should be the kind of the main power source to FarmTown. It kind of feels a little bit kind of, you know, a little bit wrong in many ways. And to that I say, I agree. I feel like it is completely the wrong kind of power form to use in this town, in this city, in this kind of scenario. And I'm not really too sure on what the best way to go about with doing it. A lot of people suggested wind, a lot of people suggested solar, but I feel like wind is the true power source to a farming community. The only problem is with building that, I have to have a decent enough elevation with high enough wind speeds and a lot of them to supplement the city. So that's kind of what I want to do today. As well as building a few more farms, I kind of want to expand and build my very own wind farm. Now, other things that I kind of want to do at some point as well is slowly start building smaller towns dotted around as we continue to kind of grow the farming land around to kind of continue to give us that surplus, because you got to remember, that is our main economy. Now, like I said, boys, if you are enjoying it, smash that like button down below, and if you are new in here, make sure you do subscribe so you get notified when more episodes do come out. So before we do any expansions then, let's take a look first then at the power scenario. Now, I would really like to use wind as being the main one. The only problem is, around here, I'm not getting the full shebang. It gets a little bit windy as we go further up there. Around here, we will never know, but it's not that great. I feel like over here is the perfect place for the wind farm. Now, you can normally tell, I don't know if the kind of, yeah, the arrows get a little bit more orange as we go along. So, over this direction is perfect for a wind farm. Now, I'm going to spend some tiles right now, and I'm going to unlock these four here, because eventually I want to keep going down this way to kind of make the train line continue to going down. So I might as well just kill two birds with one stone, buy those two leading that way, and buy these so I can slowly start to build some type of a wind farm. Now, I kind of want to set this up around dirt roads as well. Now, let's come off this so maintenance vehicles can make their way down to our wind farm. Now, I don't know whether to kind of make it like a straight run. I feel like it's probably the best way to do it, because there's gonna be no glamour in this area. That's the best way to put it, right? There's gonna be no glamour. So we'll place the wind farm here. And if I just come off this road there, and we'll kind of play around with a design or two. So the wind farm itself, you can actually attach it to the road, which is something that I kind of slightly want to do, because it then makes the power line connect to it and to the main grid. Now, that'll give us 5 megawatts, which is perfect. So if I select you there, and we need a total of 21. So in reality, when you think about it, it's only really, what, 4 of these almost, and then we just have to upgrade them. Sounds pretty easy, right? Sounds a little bit too easy if you ask me. Alright, bringing this one a little bit further up right now, and see if we can get this next one in. Now, we'll try and stagger them slightly, just to kind of give us a little bit of space to work with. Right, why is it on nuclear power plant? I have no idea. But I'm going to go down to here, and I'll only bring this to just there, and we'll slightly stagger these right now. So are they still within the 5 megawatts? They seem to be. So that there should give us more than enough. But what I want to do, and we'll just keep adding on to this wind farm as time goes on, but I want to slightly upgrade them as well. I want to add on the solar panels, so this then hopefully produces a little bit more wattage. It now goes to 6.5. We have then the advanced rotor system, which adds a little bit more additional onto it. And the last one's a battery extension. Electricity is stored in massive batteries used when winds are low. So we might as well throw that on as well. So with all that thrown on right now, we're going to get a little bit of charge going on with the excess that we currently have available. But we're producing nearly 10 megawatts, not just over 9 megawatts in total. So I think that is the way to go forward. If we invest the money into this green energy, which makes complete sense because FarmTown is slightly isolated from the wider areas, the wider regions, the wider communities, it almost has to become self-sufficient in many ways. So all I'm going to do then is make sure that we upgrade, and I think we do it with street lighting, the highway road going down here. So if I upgrade it just to there, I believe that then brings the power down from over there, so I can officially get rid of this gas plant, which I completely agree with you guys. It makes no sense. It makes no sense, to be honest with you. But I'll keep the road to there anyway, because that extends through the train lines and continues to go down. So, what does that do to our power right now? We're producing, with only 5 wind turbines, 45 megawatts. And that is perfect for us. I feel like that is absolutely perfect for us. And we'll just keep adding on to it as time goes on. Now, to be able to level up to the next milestone, we're going to unlock nothing that really matters towards us in this kind of situation scenario, but what does matter towards us is the expansion permits, an extra 10. And that will give us what we need to extend the train line going all the way out this side of the region to give us extra options for importing, exporting, and even transporting passengers in and out of the area as well. Very exciting. Very exciting. So, where do our issues lie in terms of our production right now? So, the biggest deficit we've now got out of our 4 farming options or products is livestock. We had a large amount, but seeing as we're getting more people living here, we're now starting to need to produce a lot more. Now, I'm going to start building some farms over on this side as well, because I don't want to keep growing the city, otherwise it will then become from a little village to a town into an actual megatropolis. Yeah, that's the best way to put it. So we got to figure out then where the road is pretty much going to end in this area. How much further am I willing to take it before it becomes farming land? And if I'm completely honest with you, I don't think we should take it that far. I think we should maybe scratch it across here. So we've got the connection going directly into the road. Like that. And then that's it. It now becomes farming land. Or maybe I just slightly do it by 1 more. And then it becomes farming land. So the train line is not completely backed on to the area. Right, I feel like this grid is not centered properly, isn't it? Yeah. This grid is completely off. So let me redo this. So that all works wonders. That's going to snap. Well, that's going to go down to here. And then snap down. And then we want to pick a spot which would run through here. Ha ha! Glorious! Glorious. So that's where the farming area now pretty much begins, right? It pretty much now begins here. So if I brought this out, and if we then go for a nice little bend, and then I run this going down, this is where we're going to get like different styles and different angles on the go. So I'm going to run that down to there. We'll have a nice little bend following this round, as that then continues to go, hold on, in this direction. Now, once we've unlocked it, and once I can afford to do it and kind of get an area set up, we will build a water treatment plant, and we'll officially stop polluting the water. So do not worry about that. Do not worry. So let's figure out then where we're going to put our first little farm then to begin on this little area. Now, we go in livestock, and I'm going to make sure that we cover the whole radius. So I reckon we start... Oh, I think what we should do is maybe bring a road down just here. So if I brought that down to there and did the slightest of bends, and I think when I say the slightest of bends, maybe bring a road this way, coming out, and then bend that up and in. And let's see if I can kind of start nice and small. Let's not go too big to begin with from the get-go. Now, it is livestock farming, so it is generally a little bit, I wouldn't say smaller than normal. Now, does that kind of cover all aspects? I think it does. So let's bend this right round. Going right round all the way. Bam, bam, bam. Our first little bit of livestock farming over on this side. And I like it as well because it's got a slight little dip down near to the waterfront. It's going to look really, really nice. Really, really nice. So what I'll do, I'll build a couple more and they'll slightly get a little bit bigger, a little bit smaller as they go along. And then we'll bring a connection just off this road. There we go. So I know how far we can extend down. And let's see. Can I get something in as big and as wide here? I actually could. So I could run this kind of a little bit of dirt road all the way down. And by the looks of it, we should be able to squeeze in the beautiful farming of livestock within this vicinity. Now, at some point we will need additional kind of cargo train stations. Like we've got one over here which goes out that way. And I can see it's eventually implementing one around here as well. Because the more we add in, not too many that it's completely overwhelming, but the more we add in, the more ease of access we have for the cargo to be imported and exported. So this is pretty good. This is already pretty sweet right now. So let's add in, I'm going to add in 2 more, and then we'll pretty much leave it as that. So coming off this area here, I reckon we bring that up so far. And then I bring a connection out just here. And I'm hoping, boys, that this is enough to fit one farming area in. Which by the looks of it, no. But there's a little bit of a trick you can do. You can create little driveways for the farming areas. Now all of a sudden, that fits in absolutely perfectly. So bringing this down. See, take your time. You get great results. Great results, boys. So bringing this all the way down. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. All the way down. Up. And in. Look at that. Oh, it looks good, doesn't it? So we're starting to come away from the grid fashion, and as we sprawl around this area with more farms, it will also come away from the grid as well. So it is slightly gritty, but it's all slightly staggered as well. And I feel like I want to build a small kind of exclave. I wouldn't say town because it's a little bit too close, but like a small little suburb of the town, a small little kind of villagey area. A few people live on the outskirts around this area. This is kind of change things up ever so slightly. Right, one more farming is what I need. So let me just kind of figure out how far we can actually spread it. So I reckon it's not going to be much of an extension, but if I go to about there, and then can I just do the grid? There's me talking about coming away from grids, and I've built a perfect square here. But that's how it's going to be. Some areas are going to be gridded, some aren't. It's just luck of the draw. It is just luck of the draw. And we'll also extend the driveway down for this one. I like it. I really do like this. It's nice, calm building methods. Right, this should be pretty simple right now. All the way around, all the edges. There we go. Perfect, boys. Perfect. So that provide quite a few variations of jobs now as well. So, something that I want to ask you guys right now is public transportation. Now, we're going to have a few little mini towns dotted around. this will obviously be the biggest one, but it'll be like a small little, maybe 100, 200 people max population in these little small little areas. What I want to know is, obviously we're going to have public transport going to these cities or these towns, which buses will probably be the third option. I won't do trains because the towns will be so small that having a train line will be absolutely ridiculous. So it'll be like buses that will connect to them. But I think we should also do buses circulating around this area, taking people to and from work in the farming regions. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. But other than that, it's looking pretty good so far. It's looking pretty good. So with those kind of 4 minuscule farms that we have now placed in for livestock, it's now actually given us the surplus that is now currently required. It's pretty sweet, right? Now, it does also move its way down the chain as well. We have a surplus of beverages, we have a surplus of convenience food, a surplus of food itself, and textiles, because that also comes from the farming industry. It's just textiles have to import fuel by the looks of it to be able to produce it, which, you know, that's fine. You know, we are going to have to get some imports along the way. But you can see the differences right now in terms of imports and exports themselves. Now, what you will notice is that all my imports are nothing to do with farming related stuff, because we have absolutely a huge surplus of it. Now, just because we have a surplus of it doesn't mean we can export it, because, you know, we also have to consume it as well. So it swings and roundabouts. But I love the fact that my top 3 exports right now are all to do with the farming industry in some way or the other, whether it's the base resource or the kind of, you know, process resource from the factory. Pretty sweet, right? Pretty sweet. So we've extended a little bit. We've built a little bit of a wind farm right now. Now I think we should kind of pay a little bit of more focus to the town itself. Now, we have a lack of entertainment within the actual city itself. Or I keep calling it city. It's a small little town, Sonyank. And we have dotted a few little parks here and there. But I think we might spend some of our kind of, you know, development points on pushing it a little bit further. Maybe get some sports parks and some large parks implemented as well. Now, we'll start with sports parks because they give us the ability to add in some outdoor recreational stuff. Now, one of them is a nice little tennis court. So that's kind of perfect to squeeze in. This looks like it's staggering away slightly, quite a bit from the area. But I think I'll build a little bit of a tennis court just here. We have the ability to build an outdoor gym, which where can we squeeze this in? Just there, nice little small one. We have a skate park as well. That's more of like a downtown spot, I feel like. I think it's more like a downtown spot. The inner city area. The inner town area for those hoodlums, if you want to call them. And we have a basketball court as well. That is also another kind of downtown vibe spot, which I'm going to place just there next to the skate park. That creates like a little bit of a hot spot for youth activity, is the best way to put it. So let's get that row housing in right now. Get a little bit just in there. And then we might as well squeeze all of this to be the row housing as well. And spend a little bit more of that demand. So how's unemployment then? Because I know a lot of our stuff is base level jobs. Unemployment is 0.1%. Now, it doesn't mean I've got too many jobs available. It means I've got the right type of jobs available. But you can see, I don't have enough, or I'm close to the poorly educated stuff. But you can see where they're pretty much all working. So that's why I kind of want to build, like, utilize this road here as building that additional exclave of a town. So we'll use that as the main runner road, build a little bit around it, and then kind of form some bendy roads and then some awkward shaped farms coming off it. That's pretty much what I want to do. Oh, we got a traffic jam right now because somebody... Wait, why do we have a traffic jam? Was there a crash that no one told us about? There may have been a crash. Oh no, it's the stopping and starting they have to do here to kind of make that turn. Yikes. That's where your asymmetrical roads come into place. But it's not the end of the world. I mean, it's only a little bit of rush hour right now. Everyone's going back home. But maybe a little bit of... I mean, I don't even have the roads unlocked as well to do anything with it. So maybe that's something that we can look towards doing. Getting some highways unlocked. Some larger roads unlocked as well. See how we get on with that. Not saying there's going to be something that will solve it, but just something to slightly ease the burden, maybe? The 3-lane highway. It's just making sure it goes in the right direction is the big one. Because that would have to go like that. But the problem is, there's a lot going on here. There is a lot going on. And we're having to bend it within a bend. So it might be a case right now where I slightly delete... And I can't even delete that. Right, I can delete that there. And just slightly upgrade this going in that direction to where there's 2 lanes leading this way. And this is where the real... I wouldn't say issues begin, but this is where the real fun begins. But bringing you to there, your normal kind of connection... goes to there. And then we upgrade that little strip as this. Now, does that do what I want it to do? It'll take a minute for them to figure out what's going on right now, but we have a dedicated left turn for them. So the traffic going on the highway straight ahead right now has a proper dedicated turn for itself. That solves it, by the way. Granted, it's a little bit funky as it gets a little bit closer down here. But that completely solves that issue. Fingers crossed it does. I mean, we still have the, traffic hurling from here, but they can wait on that side. It's just mainly backing this up because there's a junction right there. But we'll see. Simple little things like that can make a huge difference. But we'll see what happens as time goes on. We will see what happens. Oh, do you know what I've just realised? I haven't even renamed it to FarmTown. Oh my god. This is episode 5, Zodiac! I can't even spell FarmTown right now. Episode 5, and everyone just renamed the town. What a noob. So, large parks then. We have a large plaza, large playground. This is all stuff that's kind of slightly needed to, give them that leisure facilities, the entertainment boost, just to make everyone a little bit happier, a little bit more happy, more productivity. So if I place you in just there. Now I wonder if by placing that in there, does it change anything in terms of the size of said building that would go here? No. It does little to nothing. So you're slightly losing out on something like that, but it's okay. It's okay. It slightly breaks up the area a little bit, right? Slightly breaks it up a little bit. Now, has that give us a little bit of entertainment? It has, to the point where there's no entertainment addition, negativity at all. If anything, there's a +1 abundance of leisure time and abundance of entertainment in general. The best thing about the little town right now, we have a reliable mail service. That's pretty good, right? That's pretty good. So, let me quickly check the production. The deficits, or the surplus, are slowly decreasing as we get more people living here in general. So, we've just got to keep expanding ever so slightly. Alright. Right. So, how can we slightly get away then from the grittiness that we've currently got going on over here? Because it's very, very, very gritty. So I think it's just simple stuff like staggering how we do the road connections now at this point. Like if we had, for example, this coming off here, that will then snap, for example, down to there. That feels completely out of place right now, doesn't it? So if I snapped you here, so if I went to there and brought you all the way around and over, something's out of place there, isn't there? And it kind of gets away from that. But we could also bring you out so far get a little bit of a bend on the go, or just do other stuff with it. It kind of gets rid of the ridiculousness that we do have going on. Now, I reckon with this dirt road as well, if I staggered to this one... Oh, that's not even the right one. Like that. There's a little bit of different stagger on the go here. And if I come off to about there, because what we want to try and do is mimic, you know, the bends like this, where it kind of comes from a windy road. Now, I feel like this road coming down right now could bend and then slightly wind its way up, or maybe connect to other roads that we've come through here. Because in reality, we do need those higher capacity roads to drive down on. So you might as well follow this going down. Can't do it there because of that, but I'll leave it there. We'll come and readjust that. We have it happen there. We also have one here as well. So I think we'll only just go to this one first. And what we'll set up is this road bending round. You want a straight bit to happen as well. So if I just bring this initially out, which actually delete it a little bit. Like that slightly. And then bring it out that way. So it's like it's the main run of road off all these dirt roads to give them shorter distances to kind of run in. So by that logic then, you can run farming areas through all of this. Like that there. Bringing that down. And then coming off. Wow, that's squiffed, didn't it? That's where you got to stick on the straight bit. To there. And now you've got this staggered farm, which looks pretty decent, to be honest with you. Does look pretty decent. We'll come off like an area here, which you kind of want it to bend in and snap in, but you've got to stagger it all. You have got to stagger it all. And then that will obviously bend into here. And now we're slightly coming away from the area. It's something I'll work on. I probably won't go with this. I'll probably delete it. And I'll probably rework this road. But you kind of get the idea of where this is now ultimately going to go. And it's quite exciting, isn't it? It is quite exciting. So, I'll build a little pocket village here. I'll call them villages. I'll build a pocket village there. I'm going to build a pocket village around here. And I'll probably build one over here as well. So we're going to call them satellite villages. They're little satellites around our main town. Is what we're going to do. And we'll slowly start building those in the next episode. Just so we can start kind of implementing pockets of workers' houses, if that's what you want to call it, that can supplement these farms. Because not all the farms have all the workers, because we do have a lot of jobs available. But I don't want to build up such a huge density in the town here. I feel like this is probably as big as I want to go. I don't really want to take it any further, because that's when we start seeing issues arise. But once we've got these little these satellite villages set up, we can then figure out how we want to build a bus line to collect everybody and move them around the areas. And that's why we're going to utilize these main roads as well. So I don't know if I'll utilize this one coming down. I'll have to readjust some things, but most likely we will, because it is the main drags of road to get over here. So most likely we will, utilize them strips of road. But we also need to sort out more parking facilities as well. Now, the parking facilities that we do have currently... there's one there. That one's not too bad. That one's full. There, sorry. That one's pretty much full. That one's looking pretty full as well. We need to squeeze more in, but they take up a lot of space, which is slightly annoying. And I don't want to go too big, because it destroys a lot of housing. But if it's what we've got to do to provide the areas of parking to get these vehicles off the streets, then it's just simply what we've got to do. They'll rebuild. They'll do what they've got to do. Secondary playground in. Why not? Why not? And somebody said about the high school as well. I should really think about building the sports thing on it, which means I'll have to delete a lot of this. And it would have to go slightly on the side. So if I built that there and then repositioned the school right to the edge, what space do I have available then for the school library, which is an attachment? This is an attachment. And then maybe the road itself can continue to go down this area. But it goes right... Oh, no. But it goes right to the edge where we ultimately just simply connect it in. And then maybe a car park could fit within the gap. Oh, look at that. A large one was almost good enough. It was almost good enough. But I'll throw it just there anyway. I know there's now additional car parks all the way around. We can extend the alleyway road, at least going down to here. And maybe I readjust this. It's a shame. Why don't I get that connected fully in? And create this vibrant area. There we go. There we go. And I wonder if a little bit of a sneaky path going down this one side here would be good enough too. Alright, bring that initially down. Initially up, connect in. A little bit of a shortcut route. Why not? Fill in the little nooks and crannies. So, some major improvements then. We have our own little power supply right now, which is fully extendable. We can fully work with it, and it produces more than we actually require right now, which is amazing. We've got some plans set up right now for some satellite villages, which will lead onto our first public transport route that's not around trains. We've now got the idea of how far this town's going to extend, as we can now start building the farms over on this side. And I think, if I'm not mistaken right now, we're back into having... It's not much of a surplus, but we're back to having surpluses within the farms themselves. And within the material goods. Which is all pretty much related to the farming industry. The exports have never been so good, baby. And we are earning more money than what we're spending. Amazing. Amazing, boys. So, once we can get to the edges of these areas, I know we can do it on that side, we'll also start looking at ways in which we can export power, because that could become another vital industry or a vital kind of money maker for the town itself. And once we've unlocked many of the facilities as well, we'll kind of sort out a waste facility for the sewage, because I don't really want to pollute this beautiful river tearing through the town. But we'll end it here, boys. Hope you did enjoy this. If you did, smash that like button down below. And until next time, I'll see you all soon. So, goodbye.